he's always been to himself and always been so humble that eventually drove him out of the game because he didn't like people telling him how good he was or asking for his autograph. And when you get him in a good setting, he's very entertaining and sociable when he's comfortable and fun to be around. He's just, my history with him here, he's just not that way much with people. He's kind of to himself. But if you get him, and I'm sure he's obviously grown and developed a lot because he's done so many things publicly over the last 30 years that he's learned to do that. But he's always kind of had that side to him where he's always laughing and very entertaining. It was just in a controlled setting. Again, he's the greatest running back to ever play college football. And if he would have played 8 more years in the NFL, he'd hold that rushing record too. He just checked it in. And so it's nice that we have his statue up, and it's nice we have Thurman's name up. And then now Barry's is going up, and then we have a statue, and that's really what it should be. If you just think back to the effect that he's had on this athletic department and this university, he deserves what's going to take place on Saturday. I think he likes coming back here. He still has family around and stuff. Barry's just hard to get to pin down to do anything. And I know that he likes being here because once he gets here and gets around the people, he enjoys that. And it's very important for us to continue to pursue him to do that. I mean, he's an iconic figure, and he always will be. So I would say, I don't know this to be true one way or the other. I would say that people have pursued him for 20 years to come back. He just is kind of hard to pin him down to get him on an airplane to get him back. But once he gets here, he does great. Well, I was talking about the time that he walked in the locker room a few weeks ago, and our guys were amazed. And so he won the Heisman Trophy 34 years ago or 5 years ago, something like that, right? 33 years ago. And so the guys that he went in to talk to are 15 years from being born or 12 years from being born, and they knew who he was. And it was a big deal to him. And so I think his presence of not even arguably being the greatest running back to ever play college football, maybe the NFL, I don't even think it's up for debate, it still had an effect on those guys because they have the access to everything with ease. And so they watch all of his old highlights, and they're just amazed by his ability and what he was able to accomplish. Well, it's the reason, at that time I said, hey, you're going to have to come in here and at least meet these running backs. And, he was really like, and no, you got to come in. And then when he got in there, he was awesome. He's right in his world. He's awesome with them. And so it's pretty cool for them to be able to have enough respect for a guy like that. Even though he's from another part of the country, Dominic's from down here in Oklahoma City, but they weren't born when 15 years away from that, so it's still pretty amazing. It'll be difficult, and you kind of fall in the category of our players. You're so young. He didn't play in the fourth quarter. Only played in the fourth quarter 2 games, or he'd have had 3,700 yards rushing. That's a fact. So I don't know if people can get to that mark anymore. Players don't carry the ball the number of times that it takes to get that many yards, and they don't play as many plays because they rotate in all the time. Back then you didn't rotate, and so I don't know if anybody can catch his numbers. It'd be hard. What's interesting is with the style of offense they have now, where coaches know how to spread the field and use the 52 yards wide and get matchups, he'd rush for 4,000 yards a season. He did that playing between the hash marks, 11 on 11 scrums. If we were spread out nowadays, he'd probably rush for 4,000 yards. Well, the run he had up in Nebraska when he came in, I can see the run in my eyes because I watched it from behind. in the probably late third quarter or something like that. And he made about 9 guys miss on their team. 9's an exaggeration, but it's a good fish story. We'll go with 9. And they were good defense, right? I mean, they were really good, and they could tackle and fundamentally sound. And Coach Osborne, and I just went blank on the coordinator. I can see him wearing the glasses. He was there 100 years with him, defense coordinator. I'll think of his name here, I bet you. But anyway, no, Solich was offense. But either way, I can see the run, and that run up there was pretty impressive.
Started with a K.
I can see his face, silver hair, parted over. I'll think of it here. Charlie. No, Charlie McBride. Took somebody with gray hair to figure it out. So. That's right, Charlie McBride. You remember him forever. Yeah. Hey, I'm in the boat. I'm in the same boat. Charlie McBride was the guy that forever, the black shirts.
Maybe 12, 13 yards, but he just...
Yeah, made about 6 or 7 people miss, yeah.
What was your view of the Colorado dive?
Oh, the dive. I was going to bring that up a second ago, but you asked me the best run. I didn't want to go for 2, but the picture in Sports Illustrated, you know, he's probably... I don't know, this high, flat, and went over on the goal line. It's pretty cool. But he could windmill dunk too, basketball. Over here in the Colvin Center, he used to go over there and windmill dunk. So he could stop and start and unfortunately the best highlights for it is when he played with the Lions, because they couldn't. I'm not trying to get anybody get mad at me, but they didn't block very well for him. So he would take the ball in the backfield. There's a lot of plays where he's making a cut 2 to 3 yards behind the line, and just literally people melted to the ground, and then he'd get 2 yards, and then he'd make another guy miss, and he'd get 10 yards, and most people would have been -4. He did that consistently. He could do that differently than anybody that's ever played the game. He's always been to himself and always been so humble that eventually drove him out of the game, because he didn't like people telling him how good he was or asking for his autograph. And when you get him in a good setting, he's very entertaining and sociable when he's comfortable, and fun to be around. He's just, my history with him here, he's just not that way much with people. He's kind of to himself. But if you get him, and I'm sure he's obviously grown and developed a lot because he's done so many things publicly over the last 30 years that he's learned to do that. But he's always kind of had that side to him where he's always laughing and very entertaining. It was just in a controlled setting.
For more information, you can visit TulsaWorld.com.